and it really helped me. So what's my goal for you? Speed up your learning curve. Oh, this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. We're going through here looking at some charts. Charts on my front page. The Dow, near highs. That's good to see. Low volume. I'm showing it to you. I don't really care about the Dow. It's 30 stocks. It's only 30 stocks. So that's it there. S&P 500 hitting highs. Low volume. But it's good to see it's hitting highs. I'd like to see more volume. I mean, it's like trade by appointment only. NASDAQ comp looks fine. Hitting highs. NEO. Here's NEO. So let's get down to some real questions. You know, I was asking y'all questions, and I have to compliment you on your, again, going deep with this. NEO. Where will I get concerned? Well, you see my price alert? I'd really get concerned if it starts losing that. I will get concerned. But I will tell you, our last line in the sand, if this stock takes out these lows right here, right there, last share sold. And we sold into strength on the way up. This has been great. This has been a great run. Clean and simple basis. I'm going to do something for you. For new VIPs, entry here, entry here, entry here. Notice how clean and simple they are. A sixth grader could see this and say, that's good. By the way, when we bought, top 10 groups, the stock was in the top 10 groups on every buy. And our first buy point right here, revenues were up 450%. That's how we build a case. Let's continue onward and look at some charts. What do you say? Tesla hanging in there. Entry, trend. Isn't that nice? Letting it work. Top 10 groups, great numbers. There we go. By the way, you read the news and it can get whipped around. That's why I will be very honest with all of you. I don't really go to hardly any websites. You can say, what? I really don't. It's there's too much noise there. There's so much information in price and volume. That's what I'll lean on, okay? QLD's hanging in there. Good entry. Good entry. Letting it work. See that? Entry and more. Walking up. What's it doing? It's walking up the ADMA. Let it work. Here's the price alerts. Upper alert, down alert. Apple. It's hanging in. I'm looking for more push. I will tell you that right now. Hasn't happened yet. But we'll be ready. It's hanging in there. AMD. What do we do with AMD? We sold some into strength, right? And it's good we did. Now it's just hovering here. We own it right near here, all right? We'll watch this and see how it acts. Had a good volume igniting bar. What's the plus here, team? It's down today, but it's down on low volume. I'm making this video at 10:46 Central Standard Time. Qualcomm, it's hanging in here. What's the negative? We bought this. We're small. We started small. Had a good igniting bar here. Clean tops here. Starting to lift off. Here's the 10-minute chart. You see that kind of a cup and a handle? I'll do the right there. Good igniting bar right here on good volume. Okay, then it tailed off, pulling back on decreasing volume. We'll watch it. We'll be careful. We start small and build from there. Next stock on the list, AOSL, just hanging in here. Look at that entry right there. Earnings up 112% when it was bought. Walking up the 8. Note the price alerts. I'll say it again. I love your comments and input on my questions. It's great. I'll also tell you all this too, and this is important, and I want you to know this, and I'll switch back to the camera. Okay, here we go. Just want to tell you this too. I don't want you to think that, oh, Pat's just the cheerleader. Everything's great. No, I'm very serious about teaching and helping people. And if you answer wrong to one of my questions, I'll tell you. I'm not going to lay into you, were you stupid? No, that's not conducive to good learning because this is hard. But I'll just tell you something to take into consideration is blank, blank, blank. And then that way, it doesn't destroy our drive and ambition to learn things. It keeps the channels of communication open. And that's very important to me. So keep coming with the questions. There are no stupid questions. I learned this from a professor of mine years ago who was brilliant, and I loved him. There are no stupid questions. There are only stupid answers. I don't want to do that. So that's what we build from. Let's keep on going here. I'm switching back. So here we are. So there's AOSL. See the price alerts? we're set. GRWG, entry. Sold some into strength. What's it doing? It's walking up the 8. Let it work. See the price alerts? Where will we get concerned if it starts losing the 8 on volume? But so far, it's fine. Note the price alerts. What do? I'll adjust this alert a little bit. There we go. Set. Lee Automotive. Bought it, sold some into strength on the way up. Now it's getting loose. This was one of them I think I asked about. And by the way, Lee Auto, huge revenue growth. That's what we're looking for. Starts to lose the 8-day on volume, we'll get concerned. Maybe sell some more, but where will definitely be a point that we will sell the rest if it loses the lows of this bar. Why? We bought it here, and I'm not going to ride this sucker up and take it all the way back down and let, what are we talking about here? We'll say we bought it for 27 and ran up almost 20 points. You're not going to let a 20-point gain turn into a loss. That's a cardinal sin. We don't do that. Shutterstock hanging in there. Initial buy right there. Chopping around. It really got choppy here. If you own it up here, make sure it doesn't lose the ADMA. Others own it down here, and they're fine. Let it work. We locked some profits in. Penduo. Locked some profits in, and now look at this. This got loose, okay? You can say, this is a bad bar. I'd like you to look closer. I want to do this for us. If you take a look, it gapped down and closed in the top half of its range, just above the ADMA. They supported it. This bar, it gaps down and falls, closes near the highs on a pickup in volume. The moral of the story is, it still looks fine. It's still intact. Let it work. But if it starts losing the 8, but more importantly, if this thing loses the 21 EMA, which is the blue line there, folks, the rest will be sold. Target, bought right, ran it up, sold some off, starts to drop further here, we'll sell more. What's the one saving grace about this chart, price and volume action? It's down today on very low volume. That's a plus. But if selling comes into it, we'll sell more. Manage it. Nvidia, we're going through these. Nvidia ran up on decent volume, pulled back. See my price alert? It's a max list stock. What does it need to do? Take out these tops on volume. Square, it's just chopping here. It gapped up and it faded. Not a high probability setup. Some selling in here, not the best. Just kind of leave it alone for now. Twitter, max list stock, starting to pick up. What's missing today? First, it's not a clean entry, is it? You're not going to see this in any chart book saying this is where you buy it. There ain't no volume either. There's no power. Look at that. Nobody's voting. So we just kind of leave it alone. There's SSO grinding up slowly. I'd like to get an SSO. There's just no volume on the animal. Analog devices, note the price alert. Lifted off on good volume. Semiconductor stock. Basing right here. One to watch. AMD right here. Hanging in. We locked some in. Remember we did yesterday? We sold some off, and that helped us. Now we can watch this and just see what happens. What's the good thing today, team? It's down on very low volume, okay? That's the plus. Amazon. What do you want to see on Amazon? It's a little pennant formation. This was a good bar here, wasn't it? Note the open, note the close, note the volume pickup, bouncing off the 50-day. And now it's forming a pennant. And I'll, if you'd like, I'll draw it for you. If it helps you, I'll draw it. There it is. We've got VIPs that have made thousands of points on this stock the last couple of years. Little pennant. Well, it could be a trigger. Take out today's highs on volume. At this point in time, no volume. Crowd. Some of you are in crowd. Lifting up, gapped up, lifted up, and it's hanging in there. This is the daily chart. Good volume today. Take it to the hourly. Say, it's forming a little pennant here. Okay, that's not too bad. If you bought it way up here, you got to be careful if it starts to lose the bottom of that pennant. Take it down to 30-minute. Here's what you're looking at on 30-minute. You could be concerned if it takes this out right there. Continue onward. Facebook. We were in the Facebook, and it didn't do anything. You know, this thing started to lift and it gives it back. By the way, Bill O'Neill talks about, 7 to 8% losses. We don't do 7, 8%. He says off the record, by the way, I'll tell you, 3 to 4%. I will tell you that right now. We keep losses small. I can't stress that enough. All right? Google, hanging in, lifting up. We didn't buy it. Why not? Well, look, there's no volume. There's no power. Here's the daily. Here's the hourly. Had a good igniting bar in the first bar. And that was it. There's just no oomph with it. And we like that. This is also a slight negative bar. Note this. Gaps up, runs up, and reverses down on a pickup in volume. They sold that bar. So we always monitor it. Tesla. What can we say? I'll say it. Sweet potato pie. Let her work. Where will we be interested in more? By the way, see the long base, clean and simple base. See the volume igniting bar? That's good. That's good for about 140 points. Looks fine. 120. I'm sorry. Lifting off. Looks fine. Let it work. Just let it work. I don't have any problems with it. 110 plus. I'm sorry. I don't want to exaggerate. But we locked some in. We're in good shape. And back to the top. Anyway, I wanted to make this video just to kind of go through so that you can... Here, I'll switch back here again, okay? I even combed my hair for this. Look at that. I just wanted to switch back so that... and go through the charts so you can just kind of see what's going on. I hope you find these videos helpful. That's my goal, is just explain things in a very pragmatic way so that we have a better grasp on the charts. And we do know this. This is wonderful. Stocks that have either earnings of 40% or higher, or average sales of 45% or higher for 2 quarters, with a high relative strength rate, a high composite rating, an accumulation distribution of A or B in the top 40 groups. Money is made there. Narrows our focus. That is also why I take stocks off the key list, to improve our focus on what remains.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.